Races are going to receive a 180-degree change with the release of the new Player's Handbook. First of all, now they are referred as species, which almost sounds like we're in a National Geographic documentary. And second of all, our species now won't be side or ability scores. So you can be an intelligent orc, a swift dwarf, or even strong gnome. With that in mind, these are the three species that are going to get all the attention with the release of the new Player's Handbook.
We're raiding Dungeons and fighting dragons!
Wood Elf. Elves receive a lot of changes with the new Player's Handbook. First of all, now King Celsius give you the chance to not get Perception, but a choice between Perception, Insight, and Survival. Which, more choices better, but you'll better sticking with Perception. And also, Drow don't get Silent Sensitivity, which make them a natural viable choice and not the laughing stock that they were in Basic 5th edition. But the ones that take the biggest buff from the previous Squeaky Elves are the Wood Elves. They lose Mask of the Wild for Druidcraft, which sucks because Mask of the Wild was a big part of the identity in Basic 5th edition, but they gain something big. They get spells. Third level, they get Longstrider. But at 5th level, they get the second spell, Pass Without Trace. They can cast it once per long rest, or using their spell slots. But Longstrider could be an initiation, but Pass Without Trace, it's one of the best spells in the game. It's a class-defining spell for low-level druids and 5th level rangers and beyond. It almost makes your party invisible. And it's true that surprise rules are going to change with this new book, but gaining an advantage initiative roll for your whole party if you surprise someone, it's still great. Outside of that strong benefit, being able to move away from encounters with a stealthy party that can bypass different problems and situations just with their stealth, it's a campaign-defining feature. This species is great for any class that wants to improve their dexterity to 14 or 16. So the list is very big, but these are just a few examples. Dragonborn. During the majority of 5th edition, Dragonborn were just a mediocre race, just a bunch of ugly lizards with a very weak ranged attack. The new Player's Handbook gives them a lot of the power that they already gained with 5th bands. The breath weapon starts at 1d10 and it goes scaling until at level 17 goes to 4d10. Also, it can be used as part of your attack action, so it's the perfect way of making a goblin barbecue. It's great for characters with lots of attacks that wants to target a lot of enemies with a medium potency hit. The second big thing that they get is Draconic Flight. Yes, you hear me well. Flight. The only other species that get a fly speed, it's the Aasimar, and you already know how I feel about the Aasimar. A few of the 5th band subraces already gave them flight, but this is even better because it's 10 minutes. So they can watch the whole video while flying. Hell, with 10 minutes of flight, they can do almost anything. Infiltrate a high tower, get away from enemies in combat, be able to get to a target that is very far away. So one of the features synergizes with melee combatants, and the others with casters or ranged combatants. In general, whatever class you pick, you cannot go wrong with Dragonborns. Dwarf. As Wizards of the Coast said, like with many other races, dwarves have been streamlined. The different options that we had for our bearded friends have been stripped from them in a process almost as painful as a dwarf with no beard. And now we have only one type of dwarf. One dwarf to rule them all. And hell, mechanically, it works. They got the best dark vision of all of the races with 120 feet. And they get Dwarven Toughness. That gives them one more hit point per level. But only one hit point per level, it's bad, right? But, what was that for? Did it hurt? Yeah, Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. Well, that's one hit point. Now you can judge if that's a lot or not. In all seriousness, the hit point stacks for every level. So at the end of the campaign, you will be a lot sturdier than all the species that are from the same class as you. But the big feature that they get is Stone Canyon. Stone Canyon, the version of 5e, was horrible but very situational. But this Stone Canyon lets them, with a bonus action, be able to have tremor sounds in any surface that it's made of stone. And you could say, but why look, it only lets them use it in stone. The thing is that this in D&D. This is fantasy. So everything is made of stone. So your character will be able to sense everything that surrounds him, stealthy or not, for 10 whole minutes, making him a perfect scout for dungeons. Again, Underdark, castles, dungeons, anything. It's great to have a dwarf for this kind of things, for knowing what's next. It's great to combine these species with any sort of class that doesn't have as much hit points, because it makes them even better in that regard. So for example, with us or sorcerers, we love to be a dwarf. Also, this species is great for the opposite spectrum. If you're a barbarian, stack even more hit points with this species. You cannot go wrong with dwarf. And that's everything for today's video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell, and I'll see you on the next adventure.